Well, hello everybody.
Hey guys,
Hey,
how
how
are you?
are you? Gotcha.
I'm good. How are you, Kazaru?
I'm good, sweetheart.
Hey Matt, Sassy, Grammy, Teresa, Elisa Quesada. Hey Nana, long time. I just saw. Hey Justice, Benton, Sassy, Kathy C, Alana, Coach Karen. Oh, Coach Karen. Should I tell them real quick? Hey, my elderly cats, London girl. Hey, Jess. Jess, where were you tonight for book club that you wanted to come to? Amy, Betty. Yeah, we're going to do a poll and see what time is going to work for book club so we can all manage to get there because this book that we started tonight is a good.
Mm, mm. Hey, Teresa, how are you doing? Andy Cruz is in the house.
Who's in the house?
Andy Cruz podcast.
Hey,
Trasher, should I say.
Andy. Andy's a cool dude. Hey, Lynn.
Yes, Miss Jess, can you please join? I sent you all the details to join Discord. Can you please join so I can get you all organized it? Please.
Also, oh, go ahead.
Yes, you're right.
We're going to have that Facebook group for members only done too by maybe tomorrow. I think we can pull it off.
Oh, yes, we can handle that.
Because if maybe they can't make it into Zoom, then we can probably somehow connect the two so they can listen from Facebook. We'll figure it
Hey,
out.
Lynn. Yeah. Hey,
Hey,
Leonard Love.
Ludney. Hey, Leonard. So, what did you guys think of? How many of you watched the Adventures with Purpose video on Kylie? Did you
Well,
watch it, Cass?
you made me watch it and you made me cry again. Yes.
Before we get into Kylie, I had what was the letter called, Kaz?
A defamation of publication.
A defamation of publication from Michelle Bernstein Schultz's sister. So basically, they just wanted me to take her sister's name out of a title for me calling her a suspect. So we took it out, but I informed the law firm that I still believe her sister and her mother know where she's at. Okay. Yeah, I was definitely shocked. What do you guys feel about the tow truck driver?
Yeah, I don't know. I personally don't know. I mean, he seems credible, and I'm quite, with that information, I'm pretty sure law enforcement would have checked out his camera footage and his audio from that particular night if it had anything to do with Kylie.
Yeah, I actually waited. I know I watched Zav Girl a little bit earlier. Um And then I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to wait. But I was waiting for Kaz and then waiting for Matt to get back. But then I had to go head to the barn. So Kaz and I ended up watching it.
Hey, GB, how are you, sweetheart? Coach Karen, we can't throw you the link because you had to be a member to watch the AWP um, video, but they are putting it out for the public on the 2nd of February.
Okay. The first thing I want to talk about real quick before we get into today's video are those pictures. I had only seen the black and white picture of the girls that supposedly came off of the Be Real.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we saw the colored picture, and I really got to give a shout out to Zav Girl about those bruises on Sammy because I never noticed them before. Let me
Yeah,
open up those
I thought
pictures.
you knew about it, sweetheart.
Mm-mm. I would have been all over that like flies on you know what. Let me open up both of these pictures. I would have been on that like you know. I still stand from what I said from the day that I saw Sammy and that interview and then the American Dreamcatcher. I feel the same way. But I do not know if that would have been Kiely, the tow truck driver, saw. What if it was like Sammy with her car? And that whole buckling your seatbelt thing was really bizarre,
Yeah, that was weird.
right? Like, why would you keep saying about how do you buckle your seatbelt correctly? Oh, let me check Twitter too after this. Does anybody remember on Twitter? It was about a week ago or so. Somebody came out with a post and they were talking about Jagger. None of his videos with Kylie, but they mentioned that Tyler had said something and it was almost to the point where people were saying, "Well, I thought you weren't there." It was something that was putting him in the Truckee area the night of the party. And I remember saving it. And of course, we have like so many notes on Kylie that I could not find it. But then I went back to Legacy on Twitter and I asked her earlier. Cautiously optimistic. Hello. See, I don't know about Kate. I think Kate might have been the one decent friend, but she was also the one that didn't go to the party. Hey, Misty, Grammy, Dennis. Wild Woody. I don't know. My thing is something with Sammy, and those bruises were bothersome. So here was the picture that was put on the B reel. I mean, anyone knows that this is the second picture. I don't know if this is part of this picture cut out and stuck on top, but you can tell that that's a different picture, all in one part.
Because those two top parts of torsos don't have no legs.
Well, yeah, and the elbow's gone. Like, I mean, if you look at the elbow right here, like there is no elbow and her arm is gone.
Yeah.
You can completely see, and it's cut out like in a picture to where the corners are rounded.
Mm-hmm.
But if they were trying to make them look like they were on top of the car, they didn't really put too much work in it. So I'm not sure if that was even the case. Maybe it was that they were somewhere else on the car and they wanted to put it into one picture and hide something, maybe. I don't know, but what's crossed out down here?
All right, hang on a minute, Martha. Somebody says, where is it?
What is
Be
crossed out in
real
the
showed
bottom
a
right?
picture of the person taking it. So are you saying that the people at the top are the people that took the photo? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's not the part that's weird. This is either one photo that was cut and put together, or it's two photos where this was she was put on top. But then you look at the colored. Now, this is the one that bothers me. This one bothers me. because of the color value. Okay, now who honestly thinks that this is Kylie in the picture? Is it Kylie or did they want you to think that it was Kylie? What do you think, Kaz? Hey, Robin.
Well, the I thought it was a filter that had been put on initially. I didn't realize the color photo was the original and the black and white wasn't.
Well, that's what makes me think because even okay, look at this. Okay, so look at the color of these two girls' skin. They got the same tone value, the same. It's like a cool tone. I mean, a warm tone. And
Mm.
then her in the back, I mean, she looks like she is like a cool tone.
Yeah,
And the tank top might be black, but in the picture of Kylie at the store in Truckee, she did not have any bra straps underneath the spaghetti strap. It was
no.
just there was nothing else there.
See,
And I don't know if that's her back there or what, but I don't Kylie didn't have bra straps underneath.
yeah, see,
But
it could be the way the flash too. I mean, and how she's holding the camera and how good the camera pixelation is.
no, I don't know.
I've taken photos on my camera on my phone, and the flash, the people that are closest get the more color, color pixelation on the faces, and the people at the back don't.
Mm.
But um, those two people at the back there are actually the people who took the photo on Be Real, apparently put into chat. They're the ones that
Okay.
posted the picture.
But you notice how her color is off too on her right arm to her left arm?
Mm.
And then you've got her with her color like completely off. I mean, even if you had, and what is that right there on the right side of her eye in the bottom? What is that
Can you
right
zoom in?
there?
Oh, too pixelated, I can't see it properly.
I mean, I think Kylie definitely had fuller lips, but did they
I don't
want
think
to?
that's Kylie in the car.
No,
No way.
no, I don't either. But I think maybe they could have tried to make pass it off for Kylie. But the question thing is, so they take it from this color with the skin tone and then they put it into the black and white to where you can't see the differences of the skin tone as in maybe that girl was photoshopped and put in there.
That's
No, I
easy
don't think
done
it's
these
Kylie
days.
at all.
But I don't think it's
Hey,
Kylie at all.
Bowery Boy. Hey, Sugar Magnolia. Amy. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird with the whole entire color.
Mm. I don't think it's got anything to do with Kylie, to be honest.
You don't even think that maybe they wanted to try to make you think for a minute that was Kylie?
Well, it was just strange that was the only Be Real photo that popped up. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But it was just weird. It was the only Be Real photo that anybody could find.
That could be a mouse next to her right eye. The person that took the picture, maybe? I don't know what that is. I
Mm.
just thought it was weird how they changed the color to a black and white, almost like to blend the skin tones. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't think that girl is dead in the picture, the girl with the blonde hair.
Oh, God, no. No.
But I think maybe it was to resemble Kylie, but I'm not even sure. I don't think it's Kylie. The lips are thinner,
Yeah, I don't think so.
but the whole thing of all right, let me find that article real quick of when they actually searched the first time. My stomach is rumbling.
I said, really?
hmm Okay, I'm honestly, I've said it a while back. I mean, I know people say there's no way they could have moved the car after they searched the lake. There was too many police out there. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true
And how do you
because,
hypothesize them doing it then?
well, this is where it's going to go. Hey, Pamela Smith, this is how it's going to go. And after I talk about how I feel about what we found in this and hear what the peeps in the side say, because I love all of their opinions. But what I'm saying is there's a video to this of them searching. And then we were trying to figure out, Cows and I, where they were searching. But if you look at the pictures we're going to show you from AWP's video earlier, it would make a lot of sense, right, to search at the end of all of the roads that led to the water.
Hmm.
And then the video when AWP or one of them flying over, like, you can really see the car. I mean, I saw the car.
Yeah, you can see the car. You can see an outline of an object on there.
And if you think about how Doug said in the beginning, Doug Bishop from AWP, he said that he was confident in their skills. He explained everything they used and the fact that it was, I mean, we're talking 14 feet of water. Okay, we're not talking 50 feet. I just find it so bizarre, in my opinion, and I've said it. What if um to the point of figuring out, but the video you see where they are, but I just can't imagine all that manpower in 14 feet of water with the helicopters, the sonar, even these guys not as good as AWP. I get this, but we're talking 14 feet of water.
Well, it was technically 19 feet when they did it, but what's 4 foot? What's 4 or 5 foot of water? I mean, we don't know if they sonared the area that they found her in. They did have divers swimming on top of the water, looking down. They said, we don't know if they sonared the whole area.
This picture right here, someone asked to zoom in on the photo of the hands on the diver. Oh, we have a lot of pics from AWP's video tonight. And then it's going to come down to the fact with the tow truck driver. Either it was Kylie's car, but he claims that the girl looked like Kylie. I mean, the way they came off, he's claiming he saw Kylie.
Yeah.
And then the kid with the SF hat on. So it's either going to come down to somebody gave him. I mean, he said that the company has video on the front end of the car and the back end of the car.
Correct.
So why would you can't lie about something like that?
Yeah, and it would show quite plainly what the car was, and quite plainly who the person, the girl, and the guy was. And he'd gone to LE about it, so
I mean, and a lot of people seem to think that there are so many people involved in this, and I don't. I don't think that there was 5, 6 people in the car, and we'll get into that going into the water and stuff, but I don't feel that.
uh,
I feel that this was a couple of people. And I wish I could find, I'm going to check Twitter. I wish I could find that article. somebody was talking about zooming in on the hands, but I'm not sure which picture of the divers.
Yeah, Shelley,
The water,
Jagger does own a black San Francisco cat. You are correct.
the circle of friends knew. But it's, I mean, either the guy got inside scoop and was asked to come in and tell that story and make it up, which is far fetched. You know, I mean, it's not far fetched on YouTube. We have seen a lot more crazier things on the streets of YouTube. But it's either somebody brought him in to give the story to I don't know what, or he went out there and it was Kylie's car, maybe not Kylie, but he said the kid had the hair, but he also had the acne scars.
Yeah.
We found a couple of guys in Sammy's video that we're going to show in a little bit that could fit that description completely to a T.
Mm.
And one does have the acne scars on his face with the longer hair and the hat.
I was talking to a friend about Kylie and explained where she was found in the vehicle and that it gone into the water and it tipped over. And he said, "Yeah, well, that happens." And he says, "Where did you say she was found?" And I told him, and he says, "Okay." And he's been in the recovery business for vehicles for a long time. And he says, um, "Why wasn't she in the driver's seat if it was an accident?" And I said, "I don't know." And he says, "Whereabouts in the back of the car was she?" And I said, "Well, we don't know exactly because we can only go by what we've heard as far as the recovery team, that she was in towards the back part of um, the SUV." He said, "Behind the seats." And I said, "Yes." And he says, "Well, if she was in an accident and in the front part of the car, even if it had rolled, it would be very unusual for her to be upright in the back seat. It'd be highly unusual." He said, "I'd be very suspicious about that." Oh, did you see what Mo said? Kazamar, the YouTube detectives have brought the chalk in case we have to trace around the body. Yeah. And it just really makes you think, how does one, even in I mean, if you're driving, you normally wear your seatbelt, normally. If you don't, in an accident, your body gets propelled forwards, not backwards. Okay, you roll a vehicle.
She was in the back, and we're gonna look at the pictures of he goes into that little window, and he comes up, and we have that one clip at the end of
Mm.
what is Doug's brother's name? I forget his name.
Doug,
His the one that found him, Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, we're gonna play what he said at the end of the video, and we're gonna show you some pictures. But this was the live helicopter footage, and they claim that in this footage, I haven't watched all of it, but I mean, unless they're pulling up the car right now, you can't tell me the car was that visible. I mean, is the
Well,
car
the
even
plane.
moving yet?
No, the car's not
Nick,
moving.
Nick, Nick. Okay,
Nick,
thank you.
Nick, Nick,
Thank you,
Nick,
Shelly.
Nick.
So we're gonna play what he said at the end. But I mean, how impossible is it that they didn't miss the car and the car was at Boca Reservoir
Yeah,
the
that's coming up
day
there.
after at 11 a.m. and maybe at the but if that is the case, then where was Kylie? What did you have in the back of the car with blankets?
Mm.
Hey, Loco. Hey, Chisme. Hey, Patrick. I mean, what did you just kind of like I mean, if that is the case, because he did say Friday, Saturday, or Sunday that he saw her, but then he
Yeah.
came back, Doug, and said if you had to put money on it, what would it be? Then it was Saturday or Sunday. But then supposedly somebody's girlfriend, like a sister, was getting married, and it was that day, and they're saying that day was Saturday. So if that's the case, then it would have been 12 hours after 12 to 11, 11 hours after her phone went off that
Hmm.
the tow truck driver saw her at Boca. I personally think that maybe it was somebody that could have looked like Kylie. He talks about her wearing that gray hoodie. I also feel that if it was the hoodie with the words on it, the first hoodie that was shown, I think they would have he would have said that there was words on it because he was so descriptive of the guy's tank top. Hey, real Gon Gonzo. Oh, thank you. Hey, Pix. Were they half stupid that they thought they were going to get away with this with Ellie? They were there. AWP ruined it for them. How do you feel they ruined it for them, Amy? I'm curious to hear that. Hey, Junie. Hey, Nay. Okay, so yeah, it was the girlfriend's dad's birthday. That's how the day was narrowed down. So that was Saturday. Hey, Meep. Well, there's not really a trunk Meep, but there is a hatchback of actually where she was found. And Kaz, where did you hear that she was in the sitting position?
On AWPs.
Oh, they said that. So she was in the back in the sitting
Yeah,
position?
she was leaning up on the glass. Her head was
Mucho
against the glass.
taco. The eyes never lie, so if this wasn't an accident, then her eyes would have been opened when AWP found her.
Oh, I can't even go there.
I can't even imagine. Yeah, he was definitely shook, Nick. When Nick came up, he was definitely shook. And the words that will play at the end were just, whoa. I said, oh, Karis, I have been saying I just felt something was off with that Sammy. And even after Kylie was found, I said, you cannot take back all of the interviews, all of all these details. And then she mentions the fight. And now that text message came in today to him talking about she had a fight with Beep. Who do you think the beep was? Sammy?
I don't know.
What was said, Rachel? Hang on. Maybe she wasn't in the sitting position. But also, the tow truck driver talks about the perfume that was in the center console. What? What, Kaz? What did you get?
Oh, Shelley sent an email. I'm just telling her about the email.
Oh, yeah. This is just. And then her wheels were spinning, and somebody had mentioned that the car. I think Jared said on Zavgirl the car was in neutral. How is the car in neutral?
I don't know.
I agree, Christopher. I agree. They're definitely. I wonder if they got the cell phone dump data yet.
Yeah, they did, didn't
Karen,
they?
I want to see something real fast. Let me go up a little further. I want to see. I want to. I didn't see the video footage of when they got the car to the, and then they cover her. How sad. Oh, he assumed it. Assumed
Oh,
what?
okay.
I'm lost, Kaz. Can you fill me in on this?
So what are you saying? You assumed she was sitting up.
Ah, hey Raul. Hey Sugar. I agree, sugar. So they're gonna zoom out. See, I never saw if they come in. Oh, yeah, they stay out far. Very sad. Interesting. Where it ended up. Kaz. A lot of people still believe it's an accident, and you know what? That's okay, right?
Yeah,
I found it. I can't believe I found that thing I've been looking for all day.
it's always a way.
The thing about Jagger. I have it saved. Okay. Now, I do not know what this is. Like I said, the other day I came across this on Twitter. Do not ask me why I saved it. I had a spidey sense, and no, I'm not a psychic, and I do not. Well, I do talk to Chismes on Spirit Box, but it never says anything to me. But this was interesting, Kaz. So, what does this say? What do you make out of this? Read it and tell me what you make out of this, because I've read it like 20 times and I'm still trying to figure it out.
You would
And I
ask
forgot
me.
to look into who Matthias Pizanski is.
Thank you for saying that because I wasn't going to even try. I
Oh no,
know the
you have to
whatever
say
Ma
it.
said. Oh, you're nasty. Matthias Pizanski's guy, who was controversial due to his TikToks and having the same belt as Kylie, replied to me on here and said the FBI didn't verify he wasn't there that night, and they're referring to Jagger at the party. They just searched him. See no proof they verified Jagger didn't go there. Well, all they have
Interesting.
is what he said, and I don't even recall his father even. Oh, hang on, I think his father did say at one point that he was with him in Reno.
Yep, so that's what I was talking about, and I never went back and checked up on what came from that tweet. I forgot about it until the tow truck driver talks about the kid with the bushy hair. Okay, let me open up the pictures from. I just can't. It's just so sad. I wonder what her mom is thinking or what she knows now. I wonder if the autopsy came back as far as if there was water in her lungs.
Mm.
Let me just open these up real quick. You're gonna have to talk to them, Kazaboo.
Okay. Um, no, that's okay. I was just reading some of the chats. People are under the assumption that Kylie's mum and stepfather own that lodge. They do not. They are the innkeepers slash managers. They don't own it. They just run it. So
I think it's been for a very long time though. They've
yeah,
been
they
running
have.
that
Oh
lodge.
yeah, they've been there for a long time, but they don't actually own
No.
it. so
Open up two more.
so
But
I don't know why.
what about Sammy's bruises though? Like, is that when she
Well,
talks about the fight? I mean, what did they get into a fight? I always said to you, Kaz, and I know people still get mad when I say this, but I still believe, and people get mad at me, and this is my opinion only. Hey, Modine, I totally believe that Sammy had a crush on Kylie. I'm gonna say I feel the same way I felt the day that I saw her interview after I saw her picture and I came to you and I said, Kaz, I think that she likes Kylie more than I just feel it. I
Mm.
don't know why. I don't
But
know why.
would that push somebody? I mean, you know, I suppose smaller things that push people to do stranger things in life. I mean, the amount of things I've seen and watched over the years, slightest things can trigger anything. But
You know, and another thing too, I forget which window this was, Kaz. I forgot to tag this one. Hey, Delmar.
that is the passenger side front window.
So everything that's in the car is on the ceiling.
Correct.
And what amazes me is the fact that, I mean, I get that it would float up to the ceiling, but I mean,
Well,
it's
it
kind of
falls
like,
really.
why is it not floating? Like, why is it not floating around, or why isn't, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you'd be surprised. Even paper money will sink to the bottom of a river. You would think it would float, but it doesn't. It actually sinks.
Hey, Leslie, Marissa, 27. Look at Matt stayed up late for us tonight.
Yeah, it's really late
So,
for that.
what do you guys feel? I mean, I couldn't figure out, honestly, what was in that picture.
Tracy, you getting static from myself or from
I don't hear any static. I mean, you can assume, speculate what these things are. A couple things you know what they are, but another thing too that is interesting is when the truck driver said something about the perfume being in the center console, a perfume bottle.
now?
Where?
How I want to know, how can an upturned vehicle that's just been flipped have a bottle of perfume stay in the center console? Unless it's a covered center console and it was in there already. Pray tell.
Well, I'm talking about the bottle of perfume not being in this. Well, if the tow truck driver saw it in the center console, he said he saw perfume.
Yeah, but he
But I'm
didn't see
saying
the
if the
vehicle.
perfume is in the car.
Hmm, I understand that. But if the tow truck driver wouldn't have seen the car until it was fully upright on its wheels and it was coming out of the reservoir. So it
No,
had.
Kaz. The tow truck driver that said that he saw the car at 11 a.m. on Friday,
Oh,
Saturday, or
sorry,
Sunday.
sorry, sorry. Wrong tow
So
truck
that
driver.
perfume is what would really make it believe that he did see this car. But the question is, did somebody have the tow truck driver come in and say this? But then again, supposedly he has audio and video. Yes,
But
Pixel. Pixel
but
ate me. A pixel ate me. That's cute. I got it. Hey, Tracy.
but how didn't somebody say? Correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't somebody say that they saw perfume in the submerged photographs? Because if they did, they have extremely good eyesight. Because I couldn't see any.
What'd you say, Kaz? I was reading Sugar's comment.
That's okay. I said, didn't some, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't somebody say that they saw perfume in the submerged vehicle? That's why they're tying it to what the tow truck driver said. And if that's the case, how did they see it in that out of these photographs that came from AWP?
Well, we still have pictures of. So what was this? This was the back. The
This is the
driver
driver's side back window.
that was halfway down.
Correct.
I mean, people are talking about, oh, the water was filling up. She went to the back for an air pocket. Guys, listen. I can understand that if the car was sitting at 20, 30 feet, no, not even 20, 25, 30 feet, 40 feet, because we're talking 14 feet. How many of you can swim halfway across a quarter across an Olympic sized pool and hold your breath? This is what we're talking about, 14 feet of water. She's 16 years old. I believe if she was alive in that car, and obviously she was not in the driver's seat because that really bothered Nick, the fact of where she was
Mm.
in this car. Why couldn't she have gotten out this window? Because it's not like you're going to drown at the point of sinking the 14 feet. You're going to go down, the car is going to settle, the water will come in, and you're going to see where the water is coming in. And that is where we're going to exit.
Yeah. Unless the only reason she couldn't get out is she wasn't conscious.
So, what is in this picture? We see the window half down, and basically we can assume anything that it is, but we don't know. But the
Brian
one,
Dodd said her vehicle was seen at 10 a.m. that day she was missing. Oh, I think he was referring. What are you referring to, Brian?
the tow truck driver,
I don't know. That's why nobody saw her vehicle in the water for 2 weeks in shallow water. Oh, so are you saying, Brian, that the car was moved from the party?
I don't know. I always thought that Jagger did. I mean, it's so hard too to even think about how they think at 18 years old and 16. But even after the videos, and it was like he was coming off as sad and saying some kind of punk kid sorry stuff. It was weird. But then I think what made me tell Kaz, I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe Kylie and Jagger were in love, but that was because of the background music of the video on the bridge. I think that tried to brainwash me for a second, but I don't know if I'm feeling it. But then for the fact that the tow truck driver, that the 11 a.m. one, AAA one, talks about seeing the San Francisco hat. We all know in the video, Jagger's wearing the San Francisco hat.
Mm-hmm.
So either somebody told the tow truck driver all of these details or what to say, and he really didn't see anything and he lied. Maybe he wanted to meet AWP. I don't think that's the fact, only because they claim that the trucks have the video and the audio. And by now the cops should have had it, right?
Absolutely. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay,
What
so
you
I
talking
see the
about?
visor. I see like a charge box. Some people think that maybe that's the hoodie in the back. Like I can't even assume that's the hoodie, but somebody knows about this drink. I'm not a drinker. This drink, the spritzer, the wine spritzer or something. Benton said he sees her. She's in the back, Benton. Like she is in the back of the hatch. Like I'm not even sure how she got into the back of the hatch. Yeah, I don't know. So that's like a bubbly seltzer drink. A truly like a wine spritzer. Hmm. I don't know. No, Benton. She is like in the back of the hatch where you open the back of a CRV. We're going to go look at it. I'm going to go see if I can get a little view of how big the back of the CRV is. But not. And this picture right here bothered me off the video. So this is where the party was. This is the little road where she would have come straight down because they found her right here. Like right here. Because there's the road where people say maybe she went to go right, but she made the left. But and then she ends up being pulled out 50 feet off in 14 feet of water. I mean, maybe they didn't even search that part. Maybe they focused on the main part. I'm going to have to put together where those searches were and where compared to where Kiely's car was found. It's just crazy to me with the sonars and how Doug Bishop said that he was confident in their work. And then they find her in 30 minutes. I'm sticking with it. I agree. Foul play. Elisa Casada crazy. Nina foul play. A Bazing, it's vodka, fruit juice, seltzer, drink 5% alcohol. Ooh, meep. And the cell phone, too, they said they couldn't confirm if the cell phone was there. But you can definitely see where. I mean, if you're going to go home, too, like, wouldn't you leave, like, the party and come out, like, I don't know, the other way? Like, what are you going to leave in a canoe? But that's the road. She comes down, she goes left, and then she just goes right off into the water. And honestly, when you look at it, guys, that's like back in that little Peninsula Cove area. This seems like the main part.
Yeah, it is.
How could somebody maybe at night after they cleared this area that somebody could not have put her car in that area? It's pitch
But did
black
they?
out there at night. Pitch black. I mean, totally. And then this shot of from the video today. Oh, not the settings. I'm convinced. But I don't feel like it was 5 people. I mean, how many people do you think has? How many people, in all of you, how many people do you think know what happened to Kiely Rodni that night?
I think potentially there's 2 or 3.
Okay, I'll go with that. Her phone was turned off manually. Teresa says, I think 3. Crime of passion, Nina Park thinks. Yeah, from, in my opinion, Sammy. I agree. 3 tops. Leslie P says 1. If the I thought 1. I always thought Sammy. I've been telling from the day I saw Sammy's picture. I said Kaz. I think it was more. Not that she was. I think Sammy had a crush on her. I'm just gonna say it. But honestly, I would love to see a map of where they searched the sheriff's office and the FBI, whatever the one that did the search on this water with the pictures we showed. I would like to see a map or like a grid line of where they searched. Maybe they never even came back here into this little cove.
They
But
did
you would,
have they did have those grid maps up on that website. I don't know if you can still access it or not since they stopped the search before Kylie was found even.
hey, Poppy. But now, I mean, I'm not like this, I'm not like the sharpest tool in the shed, but if I was going to search for a 16-year-old girl whose car was missing and I decided to search the lake, I think I would probably search the end of all roads leading into the water. I mean, that to me is just common sense. And right there at the end of that little road, trail, dirt road, whatever, is where she was found. And we're talking in 14 feet of water, 50 feet off that little coast.
Mm.
How can you not search that area and at least go 100 feet out? Hey, Sassy. Hey, Sassafras. I mean, it's just crazy.
Mm.
Why wouldn't you search? You had to have. And it wasn't like they were just looking. I mean, and they had divers down
Mm.
there.
But they did say the divers were only on the top of the water. They didn't dive down because they said they
It's
didn't want to
four,
disturb the sediment.
it's 14 feet deep, and how high is a car? I mean, if
Mm.
Kylie got out and stood on that car and jumped, I guarantee you she could pop her head out of the water. We are not talking even 30 feet of water.
Mm.
It's just so bizarre.
Yes.
YOLO says oil and water don't mix. There should have been a rainbow colors. YLE. Why didn't they see that the first day law enforcement search don't even need any special equipment? Well, that's actually true. When the car goes under, does the gas and the oil come out and put like a little sheen of a rainbow on top?
Yeah, somebody did mention that a while back, saying that modern day cars these days do have, it takes a long time for the contaminants to come out of the car. They don't, the older cars leak very quickly, but you don't get these slicks like they used to get.
Yeah, they had special helicopters. Like, I mean, 10,000 hours manpower. I don't even know if a reservoir has there's not a dam connected to this one. Is this the one? No, that's Donner. I don't think there is an undertow in this reservoir.
No.
I mean, I love the lakes. The lakes are my thing, and I don't ever remember having an undertow except for one time when I got bit by a beaver and I thought I was being attacked by a shark in a lake. Okay, so Patrick says no oil engines have vents that leak oil and gas out. Should have been if Ellie were there.
Mm. Oh, there you go.
I mean, I can get them missing it if it was like I don't know. It just so many things don't add up. And these were special dive teams. It wasn't like even like Doug said they had sonar and stuff.
Mm.
So either the tow truck driver saw Kylie's car, but I do not believe that that was Kylie at the car that day. If it was Kylie's car.
And I agree with Leonard Love um,
Popper
in
comment
regards.
on say,
Yeah, I am. He says about, if the tow truck is driver is telling the truth, his business will have the video and the audio, and until that comes out, I too take it with a grain of salt. Because if, like I said to Ma, Ellie would have gotten hold of that, and they would have either gone with looking into it or discounted it right away, and nothing came out about it. Now, did they have to release it? Absolutely not, because that could have could be part of an ongoing investigation, and it still could be. Um, but he did say that law enforcement knew about it, so but nothing about that came out. Absolutely nothing. Actually, Benton, that's a blinking good idea. Benton said he's going to invent a dye bag for cars in the event they go into water. It's a very good idea. Very good idea.
And some people also think that window was smashed out before, like, see, this is to me, this is so, in my mind, when I hear this, I think this is so far fetched and ridiculous. When people talk about a crowd of people being in the car and them getting drunk and driving the car into the lake and then kicking out windows to get out and putting the back window down to get more water and like that absolutely doesn't make any sense. What I think makes sense in my mind is that she was in the hatch, somebody put that car in neutral on that little incline, right there where that little incline is, and the car just rolled off that little incline, made it out to where it did, probably floated for a couple seconds and went out a little further, and then even maybe when it went down and did the turn, it was that's when it even went a little, 10 feet further.
Mm,
But I don't think that 5 people were in that car and they thought, "Oh yeah, let's just all drive into the lake and then bash the windows and get out and leave her there," or they went off the road and they left her there because she was, passed out and they were going to fend for themselves because it's 14 feet of water for crying out loud. What the fuck? You go up, you catch a breath, you go back down. I mean, how long can you hold your breath? I can
mm,
swim the length of a pool and hold my breath. I mean, I love swimming. I love the lake. But I mean, and I'm not even laughing because people know me know that I laugh when I think things are ridiculous or I just can't handle things. But it's 14 feet of water with a
mm,
back window already down.
yeah. I mean,
Do you
was it
really
down
think
all the
so?
way? No, but it was down enough for somebody of Kylie's size to get out. Absolutely, if she was conscious.
I mean, they claim that the campground, I mean, the party, I mean, wherever the party was, somewhere in this facility, maybe in this open area, that open area. And too, like people are talking about where her car was parked and we don't know where her car was parked. We have never seen a picture of Kylie. That's the one thing I do agree with Upchurch. I don't agree that Kylie's not real because I know she's real. But I do agree with him about seeing any pictures, but not with her friends or videos of her alive, but of that day or that night.
Mm.
Why can't we see a picture of the cream brulee? Why
I
can't
don't
we
think.
see a picture of
Oh
her
well, I'm
and
not
Max?
bothered about the creme brulee, but I would. It's just very strange that no pictures have ever come out except for the one that she was in that convenience store prior to the party, and there's not one of anybody with her at the party. Not one that they've
You don't.
shown.
So, but that incline too that there is. I mean, I don't know what happened. I mean, maybe the car was. I don't know. I can't. I wasn't there. I can't say, but I do not think that 5 people went off in the car and broke windows and got out. I think there would
No,
be more
no, I
out
don't
by
think
now. I
5
think
people.
this is a tight group that knows what happened. And when he talks about Jagger, let me show you guys this video, this TikTok video of Sammy that I noticed after what the tow truck driver said. And I know it's in my history, but I mean, just for the roads to get out, if you're going to leave here and you're getting out of here and you're going to go home, I mean, you're going out. You're going out here. You're going out to the highway and you're getting out of there and you're going home. It's not even like, even if she was going to come around here and she pulls this sharp left, I mean, where is she going to go? Down here, a loop around, come in? I mean, is that the back way off road? Why? Why not just get out to the Highway 89 down to the Highway 80? Go through Truckee. I don't see that happening. I mean, these are trails. I think you would have to have, like, I mean, does she have four-wheel drive in her CRV? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, Kaz, what was I looking for?
I don't know.
Yeah, I just said I was going to pull up something. What was, oh, Sammy's TikTok with those three guys on the
Oh,
rock.
yeah.
And then I want to play the end of AWP before we wrap it up. But I'm convinced, though, from day one. I stick to how I felt from the beginning. I'm going to inspect pictures of Sammy and bruises, and I'm going to start going into her TikTok and seeing if she's one that always has bruises on her arms and legs. But that was weird, too. I mean, come on. If I would have known that sooner, oh, I would have been diving into those bruises. Let me find her TikTok in this one video with her climbing the rocks with this guys.
Mm. Yeah, maybe
Shoot it.
16-year-olds do make bad choices, unfortunately.
Now, can you make the TikTok video full screen or like no? I'm so I'm so out of it. Uh, and I used to make fun of my mom when she didn't know things. What do you mean you don't know what that is? Okay, this video. Let me share my screen. And what else were we going to talk about tonight, Kaz? What am I forgetting? Except for the end of what Nick says.
Well, this is the video. Let me just have a squizzy. What else we got on here?
Yeah, this kid is short, but watch the kid with the white hat on. And he's in a couple of videos.
Problematic bachelors, and we call ourselves the Squad.
Not him, him. Right there. Oh, you look mean right there, Sammy. You see that? That was her true color face right there. Do you see what she looks like?
And we call
She looked like her head was going to spin like the Exorcist. Him.
Pity the wording's on the screen, isn't it?
Huh?
It's a pity that wording is covering his face a bit.
Yeah, and it goes so fast. You know what? I'm going to record it and slow it down in my Filmora. Yeah, no more than 3. But the fact that I don't believe that I don't believe that Kiely was at that car with the tow truck driver and going back and forth feeling uncomfortable. I don't think that was Kiely. Because of the fact that if he let her use the phone, like if he was doing something to her, why on God's earth? I mean, come on, people. Seriously, would he allow her to call a tow truck? I mean, and use his phone? Are you serious right now? You can't possibly think that. A tow truck driver is going to show up with cameras and all of this, and you're going to stay with someone instead of running to the tow truck and getting in and telling him, I mean, are you serious?
Yeah.
At 16? No way.
Yeah, the hightailing it to them.
There's no way. That's why I believe that it was somebody maybe trying to portray Kiely with the fact that maybe she was still alive the next day and maybe she was in the hatch underclothes. Maybe the black sweatshirts in there and the pink hoodies in there. I don't know. But Sammy's got a couple of friends that have that hair and wear the SF hat. And this guy has a little bit of acne on his skin. Exactly, Tommy C. And that would be maybe that is when the story took a different investigation too. Maybe they know that it's not Kylie on that surveillance footage. I don't believe it was Kylie. I believe Kylie was gone by then.
Mm.
What are your thoughts, Kaz?
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I think she was gone by then. I don't think it was Kylie at all.
Think about it. Think about it. What if if I didn't know a tow truck driver or somebody who drove for AAA, I'm going to be honest. I would never think that the tow truck is going to pull up with camera and audio on a AAA a tow truck. So if you're not thinking that's going on and it's just a tow truck driver coming out to check out things just because you want to be close to Posner, but you want to keep them away from Posner and out at Boca, which is 8 miles to the north east a little bit. But boom, now we got footage. And what if that is true? And that footage does go back to the police. And that was the and change in the investigation because holy shit,
Mm-hmm.
that's Sammy or whoever. It could be Mags. It could be Kate. I'm just I'm just throwing out the fact that how would she have ever have thought the tow truck is going to come with that much CCTV footage?
I wouldn't have known that. No, Mo, I'm not ready for a nap, darling. I'm ready for my pain medication, yes. I'm sitting here in a lot of pain at the moment.
Remember, the phone was dead. So that's actually 11 loops. I agree it wasn't Kylie. The tow service will have the phone number they called from LE and can trace it, yes. But what if the phone, because remember what the girl told the tow truck driver, the phone went off, the phone was off. Remember what Sammy said in the news conference with her friend Mags wearing the matching necklaces, or should I show the matching necklaces again? And the fact they live on the same street for many years, 3 houses apart. Sammy and Mags. And who is Mag's boyfriend Ross? Has anyone, we haven't even begun to look for him, but we're going to be starting soon. Has anyone, um, has anyone figured out who Ross is?
No.
If anyone knows who Ross is, can you guys send us an email, monkeymartruecrime@gmail? You guys can always email us anything you want. We love emails.
Junie just says that they personally own several tow trucks and she wouldn't think they would have had cameras. So there you go.
Interesting. So if you so let's just throw that into the loop because I don't believe it was Kylie out there. I don't believe honestly that it was even Jagger. I don't know. I want to hope not. Jagger doesn't have bad skin. I just think I don't know what Jagger's going through. He just didn't show too much emotion afterwards. But hey, everyone shows emotion different. But think about that. That if it's true, and he did get that footage and all of that stuff turned into LE, and they didn't get back to him because of the fact that holy shit, what they're seeing on the audio in the but wouldn't you think that if it was Sammy, that they would have pulled her into custody already? Or do you think that
Absolutely.
maybe they're building stuff and just watching and waiting for cell phone dumps to get more
Mhm.
on it? Because we don't know if they've called her in for questioning.
No, absolutely we don't know.
That's an
Absolutely.
interesting thought. I didn't think about that till tonight. I didn't think it was her, but I thought, you know what? They probably never even thought about the footage. Let's go ahead and pull up about 20 seconds of a. Yeah, I'm going to go through. Let me mute this site real quick so I can get to the timestamp. And the cell phone. And let's think about this for a second, too. Because we have to find out. I would love for them to show Sammy and Kylie's cell phone footage between each other. Cell phone footage, cell phone data. Because
Mm.
the 12:33 the phone was last pinged or it went off or the Snapchat was around that time and then it went off right after that. But Sammy says that she called her at 12:36 to ask her if she found the ride home after she found her at the party to tell her she had a ride home. I knew Sammy's story was a crock of shit from the American Dream Chaser. There was too many stutters in the driving in the passenger seat and leaving your friend there drunk that you loved so much and you were with her the whole time. Like it never added up to me.
Mm.
But what if she, I mean, did she have the phone? Is the phone not going to be found in the car?
Well, we won't know, will we? It'd be
Because
interesting.
remember what, nope, nope. And remember what she said to the tow truck driver. My phone has been dead all night. Who in, and I had to use his phone. Now, let
Mm.
me ask you that. If you're a normal person trying to get your friend to call a tow truck driver, blah, 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 because first of all, if you're being kidnapped by a pervert, they're not going to let you call the tow truck company. I'm sorry. And then the whole thing about acting how, about the seatbelt going on, like you're actually planning to go drive yourself into Lake Prosser, right? But yeah, yeah, that is definitely strange. And if that is the case, and the perfume bottle was found and he saw it, that whole entire phone situation was maybe her phone is in the water. Maybe it was put in another body of water. You know, maybe it's
I
that boat.
just thought it just very strange the questions he said that person was asking, about the battery, car battery, and the seatbelt, and all those things. It's
Right?
very strange.
The seatbelt. Like, I mean, and the fact that I think they are honestly building a case. I
Yeah.
think they're waiting to put together that cell phone data and to see how these phones connect. And considering that Sammy is a legal age, that will come out.
Mm.
And I think because of the media coverage and everything that's going on, and we know how people like to leak stuff, I think that we will find out. I don't want to see any pictures at all because you know how I am about that. Like every time they slip a crime scene photo in a crime trial, I call Kaz and I said, "Can you believe they accidentally showed that? Oh, I can't. I can't.
Mm.
I can't look at that."
Yeah.
But I think they will come out with the cause and the manner of death. I think they might not get into what was in system and the deep of that if it was drugs, but I think they're going to basically release a statement enough to let us know and then enough to tell us that things are sealed because of her age, but that we will definitely know the cause and the manner. Homicide, drowning, suicide, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Accident. I don't think that's Kylie. You don't think that's Kylie that was the remains were identified as
No,
Kylie?
no, it's
Oh,
referring to the tow
at the tow truck. Yes, at Boca Reservoir. I don't think so either.
truck.
And it's curious. So he says on the Saturday, then he turned in the footage. Like, who knows how much footage they were getting and what they were going through and when they saw that. But I wonder if that is when they actually decided to change the investigation to a more investigative
Could be
standpoint.
interesting to know that.
All right, let me get the timestamp, guys, and we're going to wrap it up after this. And I need to go to timestamp 39. And I'm dyslexic, guys. So Kaz, I drive Kaz nuts with my numbers. I think Kaz tells me things in backwards, so I get it right.
Oh, darn, you worked it out.
You did. That's what you do, right?
I do sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I figured you did that. Okay. So I absolutely love these guys. Let me drop. Everyone knows who they are, and everyone has their link, and I'm going to put it in my description because I am going to play this little 15-second part. Actually, it might be. I don't want to lie. 20 seconds because I'm a horrible liar. Kaz will tell you. Okay. This is the only part that I'm going to play is this for about 10, 15 20 seconds. Tell me if you can hear it, Kaz.
Okay. You need to share your screen first, right?
Oh, wait. Yep. No, I know, but I have to unmute the site first. I just want to get to. Oh, hang on. It keeps moving on me. 39. I don't want them to get mad at me for playing this part, but this part to me said it all. Yeah. I don't want to go over the 15-second things. I don't want to talk through it. But I hope they understand because this part right here was very powerful. And this sealed the deal for me right here. All right. If you can hear, just go. Psst.
She's in the back of the vehicle.
Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
She's not in the driver's seat. It looks suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Vehicle's upside down. Some of the one window is halfway down. One window is all the way down.
Wait a second. He said one window is halfway down. Another window is all the way down, but you would think he would have known if that was a broken window.
Yeah,
I
that's the passenger side front window.
Oh, okay. Very, very telling and very powerful. He looks like I couldn't even imagine because we know that they have kids around this age, they said, and we know Doug Bishop has a 16-year-old.
Yeah, Coach Karen, he did.
We help families all across the nation, and when we find out, they are notified first. So we're going to notify them first. My very next call will be the local authorities.
Yeah, hi.
I'm not going to play that, but that is the call when he calls her aunt and he tells them that they found Kiely, and that was when I can't even talk about it. Okay, well, I don't want to miss anything tonight, Kaz. I put the note card in.
Yeah, you've covered everything, Dom.
1 sec. Oh, one more thing I want to look at. One more thing, and then we're done. All right. I thought this was interesting. It's from SF. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's only 2 minutes long, and we will wrap it up after this. But this is the other drive. Not the Daylight Girl, but his drive. And I thought this was interesting. Okay.
I noticed that in those pictures that they're all on dirt roads. So I think maybe they splintered off before you get to the boat ramp and went down this dirt road, which leads down to the reservoir. Let's see if we can find like a area that we could have all been parked, and some of those trees that are in the background.
Good night, Tessa. Try to sleep well, sweater.
This will actually take you to where like there's a shallower entrance to the lake and kind of like sandy area, not beach, but. And I do see that they do have signs for Kiely there. Oh, and sheriff's tape. So you know what? I bet you they were here.
I think that too.
Because there's sheriff's crime scene tape right there. It could even be this area right here. Actually, I can see there's been a lot of vehicle traffic. And there's no camping signs right there. would not be surprised if this is the actual party area right here.
I would like somebody to actually drive and videotape leaving the sanctuary and driving the way that she would have driven if she went home. That's what I would like to see.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
How it would be for her leaving and driving to get to Highway 89 down to Highway
Well, it's
80.
just
And
a matter of. Sorry, darling. I didn't mean to interrupt.
go ahead.
It's just a matter of a right or a left turn at that T junction. Because I'm pretty sure in another video, SF does do that route.
What to the
So if Kylie was going home,
does see this? Anyone know where that is? You know I can't
oh,
search this Twitter page. Let me see. Hang on.
because he did two. He did one as though he was as though Kylie was going home, and he did one down to
But
the lake.
he deleted a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you have to scroll back for days.
Oh yeah, it was a little while ago. In my elder catch, you are correct. They should have a pretty good idea of the TOD, and that will tell us.
I mean, that's definitely a little incline. Like, you don't think that that car could get 50 feet out
It'd have to be
with
moving
somebody
at a
putting the
decent
car in
pace.
neutral?
Not in neutral, no. It'd have to be going at a decent pace.
Okay, so maybe somebody left the back window down that drove the car into it. Because remember, there is a rumor that Sammy was wet.
Yes.
I don't know where that rumor came from, and I don't see the video of him
Okay,
driving
it was a while ago.
Kiely
Done.
Rodni. Wait, is this it?
What's he saying there? I can't read. It's too small for me. Is he saying it?
I am leaving. So if he's leaving Prosser for the final time because they're going to pull her vehicle out, wouldn't this be
Oh
the
no,
ride?
it was before that. No.
Oh, this is a picture.
Yeah, it was before that, darling.
And here's some more pictures. Let me
Yeah,
see.
it was way before then. This is when the colleagues carved the mark out.
All right, let me see if I can find, because I would really like to see how the route going home would be. Coldstream footage. Is that when? I mean, she lived off Coldstream Road.
Yeah, actually, that may have been it. That may have been going to Coldstream.
Batch 5.
Oh no, that's it. That's the actual stream itself. That's not it. No, don't worry about it, Ma. I'll have to find it later. I'll send it to you. I'm going to have to say adieu, sweetheart. I'm in so much pain at the moment sitting here.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna end it right now. Let me just. This was drone footage. Let me just go to this last video. Yeah, we're back far. Kiely. Wait, what is that? Huh. I don't know what that is. All right, guys. So, has anyone mentioned anything about Ross? Did anyone find out who Mag's
No,
boyfriend is? I
not
think
the
it's
comments
time we
that I've
figure
seen.
out who Ross is. I would like to know what Ross boy looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Kaz, thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Mods,
Thanks,
members, subs, thank you so much, and everyone else that comes in and watches. And please just give us a thumbs up. That's all we ask.
Yes.
Junie, get Discord message me. Patrick Patterson. Do we know Patrick Patterson? God, so many people. We actually have to make a phone call right now to Echo Lloyd's best friend that wants to talk to us. So, we might have Echo Lloyd's best friend on the show.
Yeah. When's the next live? PG wants to know.
I don't know. If something exciting happens tomorrow, it might be tomorrow. Oh, real fast, Kaz, tell them the update on Jalissa, what Jalissa's sister said about the payment at the gas station.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if
Jalissa's
I can
sister.
pull it up while you say it.
Okay. Jalissa's sister posted on the Facebook group. Initially, she said that she thought her sister had paid cash for the item that she purchased at the AMPM. But she has gone on to the Facebook group and corrected that and said that Jalissa actually purchased it on her debit credit card, and they only found that out when her bank statement actually came through on her bank. So they now know, because before they said her bank / debit card, credit card had not been used, and they just wanted to let everybody know that it actually had been used, and it was the items that she purchased at the AMPM.
So, AWP is there now?
No, they've left.
It says police have escalated Jalissa.
That's
Oh,
no
that's right.
post.
They searched Avocado Lake.
Yeah, they're born.
So I'm trying to see if I could find that post from her sister. But what's her sister's name again? Irene.
Irene, yeah.
Yeah, you told them though, so that's all we got.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is my thoughts on Kiely. I still feel the same way about Sam. I feel the same way I do about the day that I've been talking about. Sam is definitely suspect and something went on. Now I want to know who the kid is with the shaggy hair, the hat, and the acne skin. I want to know what Ross looks like. Let's go find Ross, Kaz, after we call Echo Lloyd's best friend back.
Okay.
Guys, thank you for coming in. Stay vigilant and keep your babies safe.
Bye, guys.
Bye.